Morning, everyone. Okay, so it's time for breakfast, and I thought I would bring you along for some breakfast cooking. I have some olive oil. I'm in between clients, so I have to get back there for lunch. It is 10:18 now. I just pour some olive oil, organic, Costco, in my pan. Let me get my eggs. All right, 3 eggs. I think they're organic. I'm fairly confident. Okay, I got my 3 eggs. I'm gonna put them here. What else should I have? Okay, so protein is first. I grab my eggs. When I'm making my breakfast, I always like to start with what protein I'm going to have first. And then I figure out, well, I do like a little bit of bread in the morning. So I have Dave's Organic. He's the guy with the little muscle. Right? He's got this great big old arm here. Can you see it? So we got some muscle bread, but you find this bread everywhere. Again, I just happened to, they sell this at Costco. So voila, there's the Costco. So I'm just gonna make some toast. And the eggs, oh, it's not plugged in. So I'm probably just going to scramble these eggs with a little bit of spinach. Now, I love the way spinach and eggs taste together. And I don't mind having them separate. Spinach first and eggs second. Or, depending on the time, I might put them together. So this is easy to cook. Just moving the olive oil all throughout the pan. And I'm certainly no Martha Stewart in the kitchen, but I certainly can cook food. I just wish my child liked to eat food, and then it might be a little bit easier. Sometimes he does, but not that often. I'm on Instagram, Henry. All right, I'm just trying to get this last little bit. Okay, here we go. Boom, of egg white out. I got a little bit of shell in there. Let me get it out. I'm gonna put it in the trash. Okay, eggs in pan. Now, get a little spatula and scramble. So I'm going to start the eggs first and get them a little mixed up inside of the pan. I'm not going to show you. I guess I could bring the whole, hi honey, I could bring the whole camera over here. That's Henry's hand.
Hello.
And Henry's face. Okay. So, are you going to help me cook? Mm-hmm. I'm just going to put the spinach on top. I'm going to cook it all together. Spinach, 3 handfuls. It cooks down really small. So you're like, oh my God, it's a big bag. But when you end up cooking it, you use a lot of spinach when you cook it. All right, put this back. All right, so let me see my toast. I like it a little bit more brown than that. So we're gonna go again. Put it down, okay. And I did have my butter out. And yes, I do a little bit of butter. This is pure Irish butter. Henry, get that. But now this is hard, so I'm not going to be able to use butter. So I'm going to use some guacamole on my, I'm going to leave this out. Some guacamole on my toast. And I'll just make myself some guacamole toast with all of my eggs here. I'm probably going to turn this down and cover it so that my spinach can catch up to my eggs. And actually a little bit more olive oil because the eggs took most of the olive oil. So I'm going to put a little bit more so that the spinach has something to work with. Mix, mix, mix. And I'm going to cover this so that the spinach can cook.
I iced it off.
You did what?
Iced it off.
You iced what?
I drank the water out the ice.
Oh, I see. So it melted enough for you to drink it?
To drink it
Toast.
to 7, 9, 8.
To 7, 9, 8?
Yep, to 7, 9, 8.
Okay. So apparently Henry and I are still having our conversation about ice and melting and air temperature. That's been going on since this morning, and it continues. But for those who have 5-year-olds, you probably know what I'm talking about. All right. Knife. Guacamole. I like to cut it in half. So I put half on one side. Boom, boom, boom. Easy spread. So I tend to like, for breakfast, I eat a lot of kind of the same stuff, somewhat. Sometimes I might cook something different, but, you know. We know I have to be somewhere by 11. I need to leave, and it's 10:25. So I like to be done cooking if I can by 10:40 so I can eat the food. So here we go. Guacamole toast. Nothing crazy going on here. So let's see. Should I put a little bit of flavor on top of that? Not that guacamole does not have flavor, because it does. Everybody likes avocado and all this. Well, yeah, you don't, because you don't like food. So.
I like food.
Oh, you do? Like what?
Like oranges.
Okay, I'll give you that. You do like your fruit.
And ice.
Ice is not. Ice is not food. Okay, so I'm looking for I got Creole seasoning and I have Cajun seasoning. And they're both just a little bit of spice. But I use the Cajun a lot, so I have just a little bit left in there. So I'm going to go for the other one. I'm probably going to put some Creole seasoning on top. Ooh. with my peppercorns. Okay. Creole seasoning. Here we go. So Creole seasoning. Just going to put a little bit on here.
This will get crazy.
I wish I had some blackened seasoning. I need to get some of that. And just in case you wonder where my taste come from, I'm from the Gulf Coast of Mississippi, all that stuff around Louisiana. So this kind of flavors just, if I season anything, I do tend to go this way a little bit. I don't even know why, but I do. Because growing up, I think my mom, she liked to cook a lot of Chinese food, interestingly enough. So between that and yuca, which is a Panamanian yuca frita, and what's the other one? Like patacones or plátanos, which is the plantains that are cooked, fried, fried food. So, but yeah, somehow I like the Cajun stuff. Anyway, okay, so this is pretty much cooked down about as much as it's going to get. It probably would have been smarter to start with the spinach first, but it all works. Okay, so we're going to season the eggs. Even though spinach and eggs both have salt or sodium already in it, we're going to give it a little bit more. And I have some sea salt. So a little bit of sea salt. And pepper. Salt and pepper are pretty much the only two that I season the most of everything with. And I wish I had some red pepper flakes. I would put that on my what is that? My guacamole toast, but I don't see any, which is fine. I don't need to have it. Okay, eggs done. Let's plate the food. And I'm going to look to see if I have some fruit as well. Because this the eggs and spinach is actually quite a large portion. But for first meal of the day, I don't mind if it's a lot of protein and vegetables. I mean, it's protein and vegetables. Right? So, because that, you look at it on the plate, that's quite a big portion, right? Okay, so we put my guacamole toast there. Let's see if I have some strawberries. I did, but I don't. All right, do I have any fruit? Well, I have tomatoes. That wouldn't be too bad, actually. And yes, I just said tomatoes as a fruit. I don't even have any fruit. Alright, it is what it is. I'm going to get some tomatoes and put a little bit of tomatoes on there. And then we will be done with breakfast for today. I will need to find some fruit. Apparently at the store, since I'm a little low on the berries and whatnot. So far this whole meal, when did I start? 10:15, 10:16, something like that. Because I'm pretty much done. I'm just going to cut a few tomatoes. And these are Campari tomatoes. I love these. Tomatoes on the vine are nice too. When it comes to tomatoes, it's crazy how many tomatoes there are in the world. And how many different varieties. It's kind of like the same with like sweet potatoes. You go to Whole Foods and you're like, wow, there's a purple one. There's so many different kinds of sweet potatoes. So it's always good to like check out different grocery stores too, because you don't know what they'll have that's different. You're used to things only, you know, it's only this kind of tomato or that kind of potato, and the next thing you know, you're like, wow, where did all this stuff come from? I remember that happened, and I've told this story before in yoga class. Golden berries. Speaking of tomatoes. So this is interesting. If you don't know what a goldenberry is, they're starting to be more prevalent, these goldenberries, like in different stores. Like I've seen them at more than just, I first saw it at Sprouts. And when you look at them, they're round just like a tomato. And you've seen yellow tomatoes. It looks like a small little yellow cherry tomato. And then you look at it, you're like, it's a tomato. And then you take a bite in it, and the first thing your brain, it starts to register tomato, because you're used to what a tomato tastes like. And then, like, the next, like second later, it starts moving from the flavor of a tomato into a berry. And it's like the most bizarre thing. And it happens every single time, because I've been eating the yellow tomatoes for X amount of years, and now I have this thing that looks like a yellow cherry tomato, but it's a goldenberry. It's bizarre. Try it. It's an interesting little experiment for your own brain to kind of see where you're so used to something, walks like a duck, it looks like a duck, but then you go to taste this, not really duck, but this goldenberry that you think's that you think's the tomato, and it changes the flavors in your mouth because your brain just is so used to things looking and being the same. It's so interesting. Anyway, food's done. Breakfast is here. I got a lot to eat. I probably need to go eat. I did that pretty fast, less than 20 minutes. And I have a whole bunch of protein. And I'm going to turn this around, maybe. That's what I have. Nothing fancy. It's just tomatoes, guacamole toast, spinach, and scrambled eggs, salt and pepper. And that's it. So anyway, it's time for me to eat. And thank you for joining me on my little breakfast cooking. I'm not going to turn this around because my house is completely messy. What?
I can have Thomas the Train minis.
No.
Why?
You always want something. Anyway, so here's my cat. Hi, baby. What you doing? Hi, Mr. Pasha. You say hi? Yes, you want to say hi to the people. This is one of them. Okay, so where's Misha? Where's your brother? Is he outside? Nobody's outside. Okay. Toodaloo, everyone. Happy Thursday. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye. Let me try to turn this off.
Thomas the Train minis.
Yeah, you want something?